Hello and welcome back to Terra Invicta. In the last episode, we started building up a new invasion fleet for our Ceres fleet, and the low Earth blockaders actually survived. Now, one of the things with that alien fleet that showed up, I was so focused on Earth, I didn't really talk about it, but the fleet that came, it destroyed my low Earth stations. It had its fun, and then it's just been off. It's just gone. The only fleet that's left here is Victor 511, which is this destroyed fleet, which I could send the blockaders to go and kill, but I'm not going to bother because it is basically completely crippled. It has not done any operations since the battle. I think the operation it did after the battle was just because it had like one last go. But in general, it is completely stranded. It can't move anywhere. It's too slow. So it's just basically completely pointless. So we can just ignore it. It's just taking up cap. I'm going to assume at some point the aliens might disband it, but I'm not 100% sure. Other than that, the aliens just are not on Earth. I mean, we once again have complete control on Earth, and this gives us so much freedom to build this Ceres attack fleet, to go on the offensive, to try and grab more water. But yeah, for right now, the low Earth blockaders, basically, part of me wants to send them off, take more space, but it's still nice to have them on Earth just in case any invasion fleets actually want to show up from Enki. So we'll just keep them here. For now, with the low Earth blockaders though, we will do share propellant, and we'll equalize Delta V with the new ships we have. And yeah, that should help a little bit. Now, on Earth as well, Quebec is also ready for unification, so we'll definitely do that at the beginning of next phase. Our money situation is looking good, and we just need to keep uniting nations, keep getting bigger, and yeah, let's just keep continuing, really. Mexico was still a ways off. For America to invade Mexico, it's going to lose 4.84 cohesion by declaring war on its new rival Mexico, and we need to wait till 2036 December, which is just a few months away. At that stage, we'll declare war on Mexico with America and take that over. And yeah, that will then give us cap to continue doing Southeast Asia most likely. We might invade some of these countries here. I mean, these servant countries, we could just kind of invade straight up. But we'll try and incorporate peacefully where we can. Obviously, these tiny countries don't really add much to add to the United States of North America. In the long-term victory conditions, we'll need all of them because we want to reduce the number of control points on Earth to have an academy victory. But like taking over Cuba and stuff, that won't really help America that much. So most of them we don't really care about. Same with kind of, you know, stuff like Mongolia. I mean, we'll try and grab it, but if it's hard to grab, it's hard to grab, you know. And yeah, and we can maybe start looking towards other countries, maybe the European Union. It's doing pretty well at the moment. Or anything else we could go for, really. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's continue.
Offering console.
Going into hiding.
Okay, so low Earth blockaders, and they actually are on 10.2 kps after that, which is pretty good actually.
Protecting our interests.
Let us help where we can, and let's also keep on the lookout for new orgs. Because we should get more space mining orgs, because we are, I feel like only having like a plus 52% is actually a bit low for me at this stage of the game. And we are suffering with space resources. I did a protect on the executive and it's been immediately cracked down. Slightly annoying. Because yeah, Yen did a protect, I believe. Oh, Mexico should have unity. That will help. It doesn't really matter. As long as we own the executive on the time of the invasion. Controlling it right now is just so we can do slightly better stuff with its priorities. Like mission control. And yeah, we will definitely grab Quebec now, so we can finally actually unite with modern day Canada.
Ready for orders.
We'll do that. Mauricia, what should you do? Well, we'll do the easy, and when I haven't played for a few days, I'm always a bit like, what am I doing with my agents? I kind of lose the flow a little bit, and it takes me like a moment to get back into it. But yeah, this probably shouldn't be Yen doing that. Oh no, maybe let's do a bit of scouting, see if we can find any good alien agents again.
Where to?
At your service.
I think you can never really sleep on.
Acknowledged.
And yeah, once we incorporate Mexico, we are definitely going to have some issues because it's going to shoot up the inequality, all these kind of things of America. But for now, we'll just keep working on mission control and then worry about that once the unification happens.
Gear up.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. There's no point in defending Quebec because we're about to incorporate it into America, so perfect timing.
Offering support.
Lending my expertise.
Initiating surveillance.
I'd gotten a few comments about why have I been scuttling ships? So when we've been having these battles, there have been ships with engines destroyed, and I've been scuttling the ships. And a suggestion I've been gotten from multiple people was to basically build a ship with one of the fusion outposts, which I've been doing with these ships, right? Hang on, if I go ship classes, with one of these outposts, take it to that ship, build the outpost, then build a dock, then repair it. The reason why I don't do that is because to build that ship, to then build the outpost to repair, to do all that essentially costs you mission control, it costs you resources. All the while you're doing that, that fleet, that ship that's being repaired on the spot is completely defenseless. All those resources can be better spent, in my opinion, just building more and more ships. It's a somewhat new strategy for me. It was something I've thought about in the past, but I more or less have ignored it for that reason. So that's why I wasn't doing that in those future engagements, and why I will continue to just scuttle ships with broken engines. Because I find that any ship just on its own just gets targeted and wiped out by aliens. Aliens love weakness. They see something slightly undefended, they just pounce on it. You know? They have absolutely no chill. And you're just so vulnerable like that. And then also, it's just not worth it. Every ship that's doing repair duty is one ship. All those resources on that ship are resources that could have been spent building low Earth blockaders. When I scuttle those ships as well, it's actually kind of somewhat healthy for the fleet. Because if you've noticed with these ships, we've been spending fuel all this time, but I have never once properly resupplied the fleet with water. The reason why is because it's basically it's a waste of my water to be resupplying these ships. And by scuttling those ships, I can transfer the fuel away to the other ships, scuttle the old ship, and then I have more water for my surviving ships. And that can therefore, by constantly having this kind of cycle, you essentially get in this situation where you never need to spend water on your existing ships, and they always have fuel for more and more movement. And it's this nice little thing, you know, by building those few extra ships, we've now got more fuel again. And then after the next battle, we'll lose a bunch of ships, scuttle a few. That will then give us, then we'll need more fuel, so we'll build a few more ships, and all of a sudden the fuel will come back up. So it's this kind of way of doing fuel while spending as little water as possible and just being really, really efficient. And scuttling can be a way of getting you there. I mean, in some realities, to be honest, I'd scuttle all these destroyers right now, purely just to transfer the fuels to more and more battle cruisers. But for as of right now, the destroyers are totally fine, so I'm going to keep them. At some point, though, you know, all these ships will be so outdated that I will get rid of all of them. You know, all of their time is limited on this Earth. But for now, it's fine, so let's continue. Okay, and Yen should add Quebec in. I wonder if this will be enough to change us to the United States of North America from the United States of America. I believe it should do. I'm not 100%. I think Russia's ending wars, more European Union nations. They've added Hungary.
Policy direction complete.
Let's unify with Quebec. And we are now the United States of North America. Our country and our flag has changed. We finally technically fully incorporated Canada, which is nice. And we finally incorporated all of Canada's boost. We're back. Yeah, United States of North America. We are now a new country, which is good. Oh, stop this. Okay, no, a terrorized mission. This means the thing about the terrorized missions is that they are when the aliens do them, you can always see the alien agent that does them. So now we can just immediately kill this agent. But they're not happy with me getting all this money. So Alp, let's investigate alien. Mauricia, let's investigate alien.
Reporting in.
Daframal has apparently been discovered by an alien. That's not good.
Investigating target. Standing by for orders.
Let's just go to Hong Kong.
Where do you need
Yen has been discovered by the servants. Go to Halifax.
At your service.
Sydney can go there as well. And then Leah
Offering assistance.
can keep advising. Okay, yep. Now with our countries as well, should we get back to doing the... We have control cap again. I do want to get back to doing economy to build up a little bit taller than what we're doing. So I think I'm going to do that. But with China, I'd love to do knowledge, environment, and government. I would love to be able to do all of them. That way I can get all of the diversity bonuses, and it's just I might do the same with America as well. At least briefly, because we're not in a huge rush for more mission control at this stage. We kind of want everything. We just want our countries to be better. I don't think there's any stat we're particularly rushing. I would still want more knowledge. I still want more... obviously America's basically at government score. It just knocks it down a little bit because of at war. Knocks down the government score, so the government every now and then has to tick back up, but usually it doesn't have points in government. But like a little bit of knowledge helps our science. Environment is something I want to work on because that will help our economy long term, and as well as the economy of all the AI nations, which matters because I care about the other AI nations. Welfare, of course, really important for cohesion, and we're still going to need more for these grand unions. And economy, because the economy is always going down. Bigger economy is bigger nation, and building tool is really beneficial. So yeah, let's do that for now. Back again.
Going off the grid.
Offering counsel.
Evading pursuit.
initiating deep cover?
Incorporating Quebec hasn't hurt us whatsoever. I mean, it hasn't even touched our thing. Okay, another alien fleet, L1. Halo orbit. This fleet is not as big. Or at least this fleet is not as threatening as the other fleet. Okay.
Wrapping up.
Yeah, we can handle that fleet.
We'll be ready for a new
Ow.
order soon.
This is a really baby alien. But we'll kill him anyway. Yeah, it's tricky what to do. Part of me would like to not do mission control, so I can just focus on all of the kind of buffing up the country stuff, but doing mission control right now is still really important in my opinion. And it'd be nice to get these nations up to their cap. We'll get there eventually. More facilities. And now the other thing as well is happening over here is that the aliens are kind of bringing all these megafauna together. And at this stage, there are so many of them. They could actually be a bit of a threat. So you know what I was thinking of doing? And we should definitely do it. Let's bring at least just America's armies over, because megafauna have a military score of 6. America's armies have a score of 7.1. They're a lot stronger than the megafauna. So even 6 of them should be able to handle all the megafauna. Okay, initiative, I've taken Mexico. Which to be honest doesn't really matter because we're going to conquer them anyway, so it's
Standing
fine.
by.
A marketplace, let's have a look. We have some research. Life science research. Bit of materials, just kind of some basic researchy stuff. Leah Abbott isn't at her cap, so we'll just grab the basic materials and a basic energy research stuff for her. Aframo is also not at her cap for some reason. Oh, we'll just grab a life science, why not?
Ready.
Almost certainly replace it at some point.
Offering assistance.
Where do you need me?
Okay, so we'll advise America or North America at this point. Leah Abbott. Should we kill this agent? Yeah, we'll kill this agent. Part of me wants to just ignore them and focus on grabbing like these points back and stuff. I think we should focus on grabbing these points back.
Ready to go. Targeting their key people.
Ready.
Ready.
We'll do a full crackdown and a purge with a
Ready for my
public
mission.
campaign.
Standing by.
I'm here. I will tell our story.
Baframal do investigate alien activity. I mean, none of these are particularly high. But we're still doing a bit of unity and
Offering counsel.
we should be fine. It's going to knock down our cash reserves a lot by losing these spoils countries this way. It's one of the things with bigger nations is that they're just so much harder to take. Ultraviolet combat lasers is ours, so our bases are more defended. Now, space tourism could be good, though we've kind of sorted our money situation at this point, and I might not even care about it too much. I'd love to start working towards space commerce, because this will give you stuff which means that you get more money from selling these resources on Earth. But I think that we should actually go towards other planets, especially as we're vaguely thinking about Jupiter at some point soon with our new fleet we're building. And Jupiter has all the best points, but let's go the other way first. Let's go towards Mercury. Mission to Venus, let's do that. It's a really cheap tech, so the AI might rush it. So just so that we're guaranteed to be first, ultraviolet lasers, ultraviolet cannons, arc lasers, arc cannons. So let's actually go to research real quick. The non-arc variants, let's obsolete.
Public opinion.
Oh, looks like we're winning this
in
one
our
pretty easily.
direction.
Which is nice. And then after that, we'll do mission to Mercury.
We lost their trail.
And that will unlock some new points, both for me and the other AI factions, and that will help. Although Mercury doesn't have much water,
what we
it still can have some good spots. Our water situation is still not great. Okay, we failed Saudi Arabia. Okay, we have... Okay, and the armies are arriving to take on the megafauna.
Ready for orders.
So At this point, Daframal, you be in charge of advising America to give them buffs.
I will help them.
Sydney, move over to China.
Your orders.
Ready for my mission.
Leah Abbott, continue your purging here.
Where to?
Your orders.
And I still am worried about influence.
Turning up the heat.
Ready for orders.
Your orders?
But let's just do it like this. Why is this so low?
We'll make our appeal.
Minus 43. Size of national economy. Popular support. And interest. They have the tech. That's actually hurting us a lot. Yeah, they just have a good council. And reasonable popular support as well. Oh well. Well, I mean, we'll do the best we can to try and grab the point.
The final frontier proved a bit
Mission to
underwhelming,
Venus.
no? They need
Now we can do mission to Mercury. Factions that contributed more to this tech will complete scans of the space body faster. Very interesting. That's probably how the Exodus got to Mars first then, before me. Maybe, if they had that.
Lending my expertise.
Well, we'll definitely do a lot for Mercury. It'll be nice to get first dibs on Mercury's points. And Mercury's quite close to Earth, so it's like very, very easy to get research and stuff on it. Like the probe will be super fast.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, popular support, rule by decree. Dictator, so this is like the opposite version of, this is the dictator version of the political unity one. We can get armies. Let's just buff up our military score. Literally didn't even have any noticeable change. Megafauna do appear to be trying to run away. Like the AI just declaring more and more random wars. Okay, let's start on the cannons, because the ultraviolet cannons are a lot more important. The batteries, honestly, we can keep as green. The cannons are more important. For future generations of ships.
Our enemies are still in control.
No, we're still rolling badly in Saudi Arabia, that's fine.
Where do you need me?
Sydney, let's have a look. We have this kind of rocketry. I mean, that's a lot of buffs. It doesn't give any buffs, though, to mission control, which, like, when it's like, all funding, found space program, none of that really matters. I don't really care about any of that. Yeah, nothing there that interesting. Now, how close are we to being able to invade Mexico again? We'll lose 0.14 cohesion, so
Reporting in.
What's the ob?
At your service.
let's grab the executive of Mexico this
We're
turn.
taking power.
Ready for my mission.
Let's not do 64 influence, that's a bit extreme. Let's just do 32. Yep.
Removing our enemies.
Yen, give me a campaign.
Ready
The
to
reason
go.
why we need to take the executive of Mexico before we invade is two. One, so we don't annoy the initiative, so we're not declaring war on their nations, because that will really, really annoy them. And secondly, is we don't want to declare war on the European Union, especially as they're nuclear powered. It's just asking for trouble, basically.
Lending my expertise.
Standing by for orders.
Where do you need me?
Ready.
So we will do like that.
Where to? Offering support.
I'm here.
I'll
I'm here.
keep doing crackdowns in Saudi Arabia. Hopefully we get lucky at some
Targeting
point.
their center of power.
Ready to go.
And Aframal, keep fighting megafauna.
Heading to the LZ.
Oh, and we got one of these events about logistics. So America 2 is about to take a bunch of damage and there's nothing we can do about it. One of these kind of bad war events, one of the options here is you can like commit an atrocity. But our military tech is so high that we can't really do that. Allowed in non-colony region. Oh, we have to pay a lot to do that. Yeah, we'll just take some money. And we'll try and take this region here, Kinshala, to then hopefully move up to take on the megafauna.
Offering support.
Weirdly enough, with this many megafauna, I would actually want to bring the Chinese army over. Okay, so we have the Congo. It's been liberated. As the Congo is liberated, let's just kleptocratic it, because we don't really care about it for right now. So we'll just leave it on these with kleptocratic, just to earn a little bit of money. Let's bring Pan Asia over. Yeah, so that will help. Now, in addition, we will have gained a lot of cohesion for that. Yeah, so we've gone up to 6 here and 5.2 here. So we gained a little bit of cohesion because essentially the game is like joined allies war. You can see at the bottom there. Because what's happened here, as we've done that, a new war has been declared. So we're now in this war, our original war, the Alien Administration Chad War. But as we've liberated the Congo, we're now also in the Alien Administration Congo War. Every country we liberate will add a new war. We'll let the American armies try and repair up a little bit. Oh no, they're sending in a megafauna. Just a single megafauna, okay.
The people will come to our side.
Okay, and then next turn we'll invade Mexico. And then of course we'll be at war with Mexico, and then once the armies are free, they'll return home and take Mexico for us real quick. Okay, so we'll join all the fleets together. Okay, and then the only fleet that didn't make it, Alpha 58, was there at the other shipyard. Transfer to the Ceres attack fleet. And using as little Delta V as possible, but also not taking too long. Yep, 0.033, 2.56 days.
Target secured.
Okay, how many marine power do we have? 48 there, and then here we have another 48. I don't know if that's going to be enough, to be honest. It's always a bit hard to tell with these things. Sometimes it just feels like you need a lot of marines. Because these bases, you know, they only say like 5 out of 8. I guess human bases are a lot easier to take, of course. I see this base here then has a marine barracks, which then adds an additional 4 to its own defense. But we should have enough. Ship construction. So we have another one in 5 days and then another one in 33. I think we'll wait for these 2 last ships and then we'll go with the Ceres attack fleet.
Our people have taken control.
Okay, Mexico is now ours. How is our army doing in the Congo? That's 1 megafauna basically gone. That's quite helpful. Of course, we're doing the megafauna necropsy, which will give us a bonus against megafauna. We'll probably also wait for that tech to be done before we continue fighting. Sydney advised China.
Reporting in.
It's one of those things with this game that I always love as well. It's like, we started off kind of like, oh, we're on Earth, we have Earth nations, and now we have giant laser armies with flying tanks fighting giant monsters. You know, it's just, you know, all of a sudden it's become like an anime, you know, out of nowhere, or like a fancy film, you know, a sci-fi film. And I love that it's that slow progression. It's the same as XCOM, of course, which is somewhat the origins of the design of this game.
Securing our interests.
Has the same feel.
At your service.
And it's like a really fun, slow process,
What's the op?
turning from our reality into sci-fi.
To the capital.
Standing by.
It's really, really cool. Okay, let's do
Standing
that.
by for order.
And then with everyone else, let's get back to
Ready for orders.
Saudi Arabia, even though it's still
Cracking
tricky.
down.
Standing by for orders. Going in hot.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. So
I'm
declare war on Mexico,
Ready for
publicly
my mission.
campaign. Saudi
Where do you need
Arabia.
me?
Your orders.
We don't need to defend interests actually in Mexico.
I'm here.
Let's do a purge in Saudi Arabia.
Terminating the opposition.
Yeah. Hey, alien megafauna down. One more Scorpion class frigate, and then we'll have the last one. And then we should have enough marines and things to take Ceres pretty easily. Or at least the best points of Ceres. If we can't take all four, we can't take all four. And this fleet isn't very well defended. I mean, compared to kind of Earth, these are all combat ships. This fleet is less combat capable, but hopefully the aliens won't spot it moving around and just try and take it out. We might want to wait to build more kind of military ships,
Targets lost.
but we're only doing a rush for Ceres. If it was for Jupiter, I'd probably have more. Okay, no more wars, please.
Policy direction complete.
Okay, so let's declare war on Mexico. Does the Pan-Asian Combine want to join the war? Sure. Does Saudi Arabia want to join the war? I mean, why not? Singapore? Sure. More the merrier. We're now at war with Mexico. So as long as we take the capital, we have conquered it. I tried to do a shift click, move everyone, but it's also moved the Chinese armies, so we'll cancel moving all of these. Or at least the ones that have arrived. A bit awkward, but there we go.
By the numbers.
Yeah, the Chinese army should remain in the Congo. The American army should return to finish off, or should go and conquer Mexico. Now, to conquer Mexico, we don't need to take all the provinces. We just take the capital, and then we win. And the capital is Mexico City, so that's what we're going to do.
We've removed some threats.
Okay, and we did a successful takeover of the Saudi point. So we continue spoilsing as much as we want,
Ready to go.
which is really, really nice. Let's defend
Keeping
interest.
safe for our people.
Where to?
Yep, no new orgs that I really care about. Yep, everywhere else is currently defended.
I'm here.
Dark Ramal has been discovered by alien agents.
I'm here.
Hunkering down.
So let's do some surveilling in these kind of areas where she's been hanging out. See if we can catch some
Sitting
creatures.
Ready to go. Standing by
Yen
for
publicly
orders.
campaign in China because
On
China
watch.
still really needs it, and there's
Ready
also
to
advised
go.
China because China is our highest science nation at this stage, although they're both at
As long
1.2k.
We must persuade the people.
Better shipbuilding
Standing
techniques is
by.
done. Now we have the applied artificial intelligence,
Offering assistance.
which is good as
Protecting our
well.
interests.
Eyes up.
Although,
Initiating deep cover.
yeah, we'll put a
Setting
point into
watch.
it. Why not?
Prepping for mission.
Lancer and Dreadnought. See, the Dreadnought... Sorry, the Lancer is a ship that we will be using for... Let's say Titans are the ultimate ship still. But Lancer is kind of like our ultimate ship for a very long time. The Lancer, 4 nose points. And there's a Dreadnought with 8. Yeah, the Lancer has the 4 nose, which is the largest nose. I love a good Lancer. Because they only have 3 hulls, so they're not even that big. They just have a massive nose. Just one giant gun to just take everyone out. It's kind of beautiful. Germany has joined the war against Mexico. I mean, thanks, Germany. I guess because America ended the war, they have a lot of allies. Okay, 25 extra damage to Megafauna. Let's start on ships of the line. So America, a lot of numbers have all arrived in Mexico City. Mexico has a terrible military score, so we should be able to take it pretty easy. And hopefully they haven't updated it so that the military score still applies. Because I have a horrid feeling maybe they have. With this game, updates quite a lot, and you kind of lose it. Okay, join the Ceres attack fleet. Oh, the Ceres attack fleet, while we worry about that in a moment, is ready. So first, let's actually resupply for the ships that had to move from one shipyard to the other. And let's go to Ceres. Actually, we're so convenient. Ceres is just here. We want a low Ceres orbit. Now we could use all the Delta V or take a little bit longer. I mean, that's like a tiny change for a long travel distance difference. $37, $36. I feel like this 37 might be a good middle ground. I feel like that's a tiny, that's a big travel distance time. But then my brain is like being human, and I'm getting hit up on the fact that this goes from red to yellow, and then this is like 49.9 and then 52. It's like that thing in shops where they make everything like $9.99 rather than £10 because it's your brain thinks of it as a lot less even when it's not. It's easy to fall into that trap because it's just a natural part of your brain. But yeah, the difference there is actually really minor. There's no real point where I feel like it's ideal. That's like a year's trip. Part of me thinks, actually, that we just go with the fastest. Because we're going to refuel when we get there anyway. We have spare fuel on our ships here, so we'll have a little bit of fuel even when we arrive. So I think actually let's do 42 weeks. Let's just spend all the fuel and let's go. On the 2nd of February, we will move out. And we will make a route directly for Ceres. Okay, Sydney. Okay, the atmosphere looks a little bit different. I'm sure that's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Advise China.
What's the up?
I mean, no one's fired any nuclear weapons, have they? It's not a nuclear fallout. Let's check the intel. Global. Did someone fire a nuclear weapon? That's what this atmosphere usually denotes. I didn't get a pop-up for it, did it? Unless I'm not really not paying attention. I can't see any nukes have been fired. Everyone still seems to have their nukes. Pakistan, India. Maybe India fired one? Maybe. I don't know, if you know who fired a nuke, or if you can work it out based on the number of nukes countries have, or something like that. If India's supposed to have 3, but now they have 2. Let me know. The European Union are also in wars, so they could have done it. Theoretically. I don't know, maybe India fired a nuke to defend Nigeria. Nothing's irradiated over there, though. Yeah, I can't see any irradiated provinces. So who knows? Okay, Saudi Arabia is back under our control. All our nations are looking good. Let's advise China.
Offering support.
Ready.
Keep looking for alien agents.
Reporting in.
Surveilling target area.
Where do you need me?
Yen, publicly campaign in
Making
Pan-Asia.
allies.
Standing by.
Dahramal, honestly,
Ready for my mission.
keep just trying to fight all this little megafauna that keeps popping up. Let's confirm. And then we'll deal with whatever the outcome is of this.
Offering support.
Lending my expertise.
Initiating recon.
Eyes up.
Hey, United States takes control of Merida, Monterrey, Tijuana, Mexico City. Has conquered Mexico. So our military score did go down, which is actually really, really irritating. But only marginally. So it's not the end of the world. We have now lost our cool laser ships, laser tanks though, which is a little bit sad. I think for right now we'll push back up military. Other than that, how's our rest cohesion? Rest cohesion is 2.6. Inequality is only 2.9. We've lost education score. We've lost a little bit of sustainability, and of course the per capita GDP goes down a lot. Rest unrest is only 1.9. Actually, truth be told, we've lost very, very little. Now the military score did go down. I wonder if my advice of military score, obviously you do still lose a bit, but I think it's not as much if you conquer. But maybe it doesn't actually make any difference whatsoever. I'll need to do some testing on that. At some point. But yeah. It's very minor, it's fine. We'll do shoot military back up for now, and let's, other than that, let's stop with environment. We're going to need more welfare. 2.9 is not going to be low enough for a country of this size as well.
Public opinion remains.
In fact, for right now, to sort out our cohesion, I think it's more of an important thing. Let's do the priorities like this. We'll do environment for now, and let's focus on welfare. Let's knock this down. Yeah, that wasn't that painful. And now we have a much higher population. Gone up with the GDP, and because now every time we do economy, it should be a lot more efficient because our population is so much higher. And now it's done this thing here. So my armies are all kind of in an horrible order. Which is very frustrating. So let's bring the American armies back to war anyway. And then we'll just send in all the armies against these megafauna and just try and wipe them all out. Okay. The alien administration... Let's just keep growing with like kind of random little African countries, but not a huge deal. And they're going to take the Congo from me, which will then cancel its alliances, so I won't be able to go through this territory.
Ready for orders.
So before they can do that, let's purge.
Removing our enemies.
Let's switch over to unity from spoils.
Ready.
And then, oh, we're going to have to hide yen.
Going into hiding.
Where do you need me?
And with someone who doesn't have to hide, like Dapramal, we can do defend interests.
Your orders?
And that way the Congo is much harder to take.
On Overwatch.
Surveil.
Reporting in.
Fail.
Initiating recon. Your orders?
Advising, okay. Now actually let's make sure America is advised just because it has more important stuff to
I
do.
will help them.
Yeah, let's continue. Of course, the Protect won't defend against alien agents, but it will defend against servant agents if they decide to do anything. And if we can purge, it means they can't take the executive, because they wouldn't own this point.
Hunkering down.
And the executive really is the only one we care about.
Initiating surveillance.
Okay, alien fleet in L1. Are they going to attack me? It is actually going to attack me, okay. We thought this would happen before, but the aliens decided to only bring 11 ships this time. They are 11 high quality ships, but we have a station to keep ourselves safe. So here we go, space battle. If we lose, it really doesn't matter. But I don't think we're going to. So 1.3k, 3.4k. Seems scary, but trust me, not that scary. Well, maybe a little bit scary. The reason why it's scary is because they have a lot of high quality ships. Rather than numbers, they kind of have size on their side, which is a little bit worrying. So what are we going to do for this battle? So what do we have extra in this battle that we don't normally have? We have 4 layered defense arrays, all tightly packed together, so they're kind of point defense crosses over each other, and they can somewhat keep each other safe, although they can't do that. Their weapons, however, of these layered defense arrays are really nothing. They're really not even worth thinking about. However, what we can do is if we go position fleet, untick that, so we're behind the habitat. Let's also set our initial velocity to 0. We don't need to move anywhere. Now we are directly behind our layered defense arrays. So, what does this mean? What this essentially means is that our fleet has almost like a little shield. The aliens will shoot at these because they're closer, and the layered defense arrays do actually have a lot of health. So the aliens will unload into these things here, and then our fleets should hopefully will help them take them out. That's the advantage. We're essentially using the station as bait. Let's see if it works. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is like, oh, which movement do you want to use? But we don't want to use any of the movements. Okay, here they come. Let's move over. The Golden Void Sailor. That's a great name for a ship. The Graceful Moon, the Evening Cloud, the Guiding Castellion, the Golden Meteor, the Twilled Ogent, the Resonant Echo, the Roaring Void, the Divine Vision, the Valley Wind, and the Crushing Waves. It's a little bit laggy right now. Okay, so they have started some movements, so let's do a pause. Go back to our fleet. So these ships are all boosting ahead. Great news for us. Let's slow it down to reduce the lag. And as you can see, lots of these will definitely hit the layered defense arrays. So none of the ships are very close yet. So this one is 830 kilometers, so let's target it. Let's do the locks. So we should spin around in a moment. So we're getting a few kills already. Oh, we should probably be retracting our radiators. One of our battlecruisers has actually taken a hit to the back. They've lost their radiator and their main gun. Ah, that's frustrating. That's a big loss already at this stage of the battle. Now, one of the things you can do is ships that have taken a hit to their main gun. It doesn't have a repair bay, so it's not going to be able to repair its main gun. Is we can actually kind of send it forward and essentially use it as a bit of a tank itself. There's another ship here that's a lot closer. Where is that escort? Where is the Valley Wind? Oh, it's kind of beneath us almost. The layered defense arrays are slowly getting destroyed. That's fine. They're being less stupid about it than they used to be. Okay, well, its main gun is down, so it's going to have to run away. So let's turn around to the kind of battleships and stuff. So that way they're not shooting into our back. Yep, and that amount of fire we should be able to handle, I believe. Yeah, we can handle it. Okay, so a few of their ships are retreating. Now we're currently focusing the battleship. I don't know if that's a good idea. Part of me would like to wipe out the cruiser. But let's focus on it for now. The Yi is taking damage. Closer they get, the more of an advantage we have. Can we do it? We're struggling. Let's focus on some of these smaller ships, maybe. While they're a little bit closer. Come on. See, the problem with these arc lasers, they're not quite good enough. phasers and the 960mm would be doing a lot more than this. No, even that one was struggling. The Roaring Void has a laser. Our damage output just isn't quite high enough at this stage. Let's at least get a few kills. These alien ships are just so armoured. My goodness. Okay, ship down. Roaring Void, we've at least damaged its back. Okay, down. Let's do the battleship. Especially as we worked on it so much more earlier on in the fight. That ship there is shooting our back, but there's not much we can do about it. Let's just try and get the battleship. That alien ship crashed directly into one of our ships. That's a great trade. Okay. The Divine Vision is more or less taken out, I think. Let's focus this Golden Meteor because it's right there. Divine Vision down. Yeah, that one's down. The Evening Cloud. And overall this battle, although we have lost more or less everything, so have the aliens, so the battle is kind of technically a win. In a weird roundabout way. Now, I wonder if they will return back and come for another pass. Does not look like they are. Some of our ships, though, are moving. Which, breaking the formation is a bad idea. So let's try and get them back into shape. And these are all the damaged ones. Well, not this one, actually. Yep, they're returning. Okay. That has a little bit of forward momentum. I'm totally okay with that. Yep, and we'll do like that. All ships focus the one that's coming in first. It's shooting the Pascal, which is a little bit rude, considering the Pascal is very, very much defeated. Also lost all of its KPS, which means I assume it's like engine, it's like fuel banks have been blown out. Okay. Keep going for the Graceful Moon. And nice thing is because the aliens are a bit disorganized, they're kind of coming in different orders. Oh, what the hell just happened there? All of you, please lock. Because some of you I've realized are not locked. I mean, they should have been shooting anyway. They have quite a large arc of fire, but it's It's just better to be locked. Can we take out the Graceful Moon? Okay, Pascal is down. It's fine. We might not win this because we more or less just have these destroyers left. The battle cruisers are pretty much all gone. It's just our weaker ships. At this point, it is literally just the weaker ships. Okay, the Graceful Moon, though, is not looking too good. His weapons and stuff all look down. No point in finishing it off. Let's go for the guiding Stellion. Because that thing can't even fire anymore. Okay, that's a big explosion on what is probably its main gun. It probably is going to get away, but hopefully we won't have pass again. Okay, that's my last. That ship isn't firing anything. It's just this one. This one's main lasers are still firing at the front though. I guess those are its side lasers. Okay, it's boosting back in. Weirdly, his thing is, the closer it is to me, the better I do, because my lasers are less advanced. They struggle more at longer range than its lasers do. Or it feels that way anyway, maybe that's not the case. Come on, let's take it out. We're hitting it on the side, so its armor's lessened. Our damage is not terrible. It's such a big ship though, these ships. I should have done an all-stop on this ship earlier, but... The aliens they want to back out. They've surrendered. That's what the red circle means. Very nice. Well, we'll keep shooting until this ship is out of range, and then we will agree to end the battle. Wow, where we go? We won? I mean, not a single alien ship is basically left. These damaged ships, none of them actually even have weapons left. Wow, and yeah, so all of the destroyers survived and not a single battlecruiser survived. Which seems bad, but that's just given us more mission control to play with. Wow, what a battle. Let's go ship construction. And this is the long distance one. This is the not so long distance one. One thing I want to check, how we research. Yeah, we're still a ways off the ultraviolet. Let's just build some regular greens for now. The Zhuangui, these are the ones we wanted for Earth. So let's build these ones at Earth. There we go, we can just fit in 4 more with the water. Keep Earth safe. And have they, yeah, I believe they just disbanded their fleet. Oh no, it's still there. Right, L1 shipyards. Let's build the layered defense arrays. Let's repair the low Earth blockaders. Well, this ship in particular. And yeah, we still maintain our presence on Earth. Here's a tiny gunship coming in.
Never be afraid to burn.
Okay, mission to Mercury, and we can immediately just do launch 2 probes. And we can do mission. Let's do mission to Jupiter as well then. Yeah, let's do that. That's one option. The other option we could try and do is either do some of the better fusion stuff to get better weapons, or we could go towards plasma weapons. We could make a rush towards phased array lasers, but I'd rather do plasma at this point, especially as I do have exotics. Let's do Jupiter. It's kind of weird that we don't have Jupiter. Yeah, let's do Jupiter. Urban armoring, don't really care about that. Okay. And alien assault ships. Yep, so they are launching 3 of them all at once. It's weird, only 3, not 4. They literally have a 4th. So that will be 9 armies in total, which of course we can handle. It would be nice if we could take it out before they land. Now we have launched off the Ceres attack fleet, which might make that a little bit tricky. The low Earth blockaders are not quite in a position to blockade. And the Ceres attack fleet will have already committed. You know, once you've committed in this game, you can't really change, so that's fine. And I think there's a lot of questions and things to worry about in the next episode. 9 more ships coming, Ceres attack fleet on the way, and the lower blockaders more or less devastated. Though still standing, which is really, really nice to see. In fact, one of the things we should do at this stage, let's build more shipyards. And I'm really liking these lunar L points. But you know what? Let's build as well, just before I end the episode, let's build 3 more shipyards around Earth. There we go. So now that should help a little bit. Give the aliens more targets to go for with all the different shipyards. We won't bother with L2, which is this one. Oh, maybe we will actually. Let's build one here. Okay, and the final L2 shipyard, which is just all these are the same, 4 shipyards, 4 fusion, 4 layered defense arrays. So this should be a lot of shipyards, which I won't expect all of them to survive, but at least a few of them will. And it will keep the aliens distracted, trying to run around and blow them all up. It should give us a good basis for building as many ships as we want directly on Earth, as we continue to have to fight for Earth-controlled space. Now, also before the episode, we should check. Aliens, how are you doing with all your fleets? Yeah, they still have a lot of big fleets. They have a 6.4k here as well. It's a bit ominous. But they're not doing amazingly with all their fleets. And we have killed quite a large number of big ones, so yeah, we just keep that up, and eventually the game was going really well. But the game is still really anyone's at this point. We're definitely not winning per se, but we are still in a really, really good spot. So I will see you in the next episode.